Look, I understand why people don't like Leafs fans. I get it, right? Everyone's talking about the Leafs. The Toronto media takes over the hockey world. There are discussions about Leafs things that are done way too far in advance, you know, like talking about players becoming free agents a year before it happens. I get it. It's kind of rammed in your face, and as a fan of another team, I understand it might be annoying, but this is why I love being a Leafs fan so much.
Dream big, don't forget to be kind. Live, it's your life. Go.
Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe. I recently hit 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. I'm Victoria and I talk all things hockey and Leafs related from across the pond in Scotland, and today we're talking about the reasons why I like being a Leafs fan, because sometimes it's tough going, right? It seems like nobody likes us. It seems like we are the most hated fan base. So today I'm posing the question, are Leafs fans delusional, annoying and have meltdowns over nothing, or are they simply a loyal, dedicated fan base who are hated on far too much? I have been a Leafs fan from the day I started watching the NHL. Like, I literally started watching NHL and my gut instinct picked the Leafs straight away, so like I've always been a Leafs fan. However, I do like watching other teams and I do like a lot of other fan bases, and I know some Leafs fans hate everyone else, but that's definitely not me. I'll watch any hockey and I love being friends with fans of other teams. That's just the way that I am. Like, I like talking about all kinds of hockey, but as a Leafs fan, why do I love it so much? First of all is the fact that the fan base is absolutely huge. We have a massive fan base, which means that there are more amazing people to connect with, and I've met some of the best people, some of whom have never even met in person, through being a Leafs fan. There are Leafs fans over here, but typically, you know, people stick to the local teams over here more so. I wouldn't say there's as many NHL fans as what there should be. But the people that I have met through being a Leafs fan are just some of the best people ever. And don't get me wrong, there are bad apples in our fan base, but on the whole, like, a lot of people are pretty knowledgeable, they're good at talking hockey, and most of them are just really nice souls who I'm very blessed to know, to be honest. So one of the best things is just like the fan base. It's such a loyal fan base, and I know that it can be mistaken for being annoying or being in people's faces, but Leafs fans are so dedicated. You have to be. The disappointments are never ending, and yet we all still cheer on this team every single season. I think that is a really respectable trait, and people might find Leafs fans annoying, but you have to give some credit for the dedication and the loyalty, surely. And so I love the fan base overall. Overall, I love the fan base. I literally met my boyfriend through being a Leafs fan. I wouldn't have met him if it wasn't for the Leafs. So honestly, friends, boyfriend, whatever else, one of my favourite things would be a Leafs fan. Second is like the history of the franchise. I am a history graduate. I love history. It's one of my main passions in life, and the Leafs have one of the best franchise histories out of all hockey clubs ever. I love the history, it's fascinating. There are some links to, obviously, the UK compared to Toronto, so there's a lot of historical links there. I love Scottish Canadian history. I actually do some work in that field still, and so the history was definitely something that drew me. I picked the team, then read more about them and was like, oh shit, this history is so cool. What an amazing heritage this place has. Also, would anyone want like a super long, comprehensive history of the Leafs? Because I'm thinking about doing that, but it would be like really long. Would anyone watch that? Or does anyone care? Like, do you want to see like a comprehensive history, an almost comprehensive history of the Maple Leafs franchise? If you do, leave me a comment down below and I can do that. I'm a historian, it's my specialty. Please encourage me with any history content. Number 3 is that being a Leafs fan has let me do what I love. I've always been a really creative person, and I've always loved having a creative outlet, and I honestly started posting on Twitter into the oblivion. Like, nobody cared. Like, I didn't have this like following sitting there. I used to have a fan account when I was younger, like a YouTuber fan account, because I always wanted to do YouTube but I was never brave enough, so I used to just watch other YouTubers instead, and my whole Twitter was based around that. And I did have some followers left over from that era, but they were not sports fans, remember? So I literally had like no following from sports fans apart from people I knew. That was all I had. So I was tweeting out into the oblivion, and then, I don't know, just one day I posted like some things and it just started rolling, and now this is like a part-time job for me. I don't make that much out of this. Like, I don't want people thinking that like I'm like rolling in the cash or anything, like I'm not, but it's nice to have, this is like a second part-time job to me now, and I love it. And as long as I'm making enough money from it to pay for like editing software and like all my sound stuff and like I've got quite a few subscriptions for stuff like that, and as long as like I can cover that from the money I make from it, I'm more than happy, because I do this because I love it. And if I weren't a Leafs fan, I wouldn't be sitting here making this right now, so that's one of the biggest reasons. Next is that I do absolutely love this team. Despite the first round exits, the disappointments, and some people being on slightly too high salaries for their contract, I do absolutely adore this team. Austin Matthews is just the best. I have 34 tattooed on my ankle, need I say more. I do love this team with all my heart, and I just couldn't imagine supporting anyone else at all. I just couldn't imagine it, ever. And my final reason that I love being a Leafs fan is that you know everyone's pretty authentic. There are no bandwagon jumpers or glory hunters in this fan base, because why would you pick them? Go be like a Tampa fan instead. Go be an Avs fan now. You know, like there's nothing to jump on because we haven't had any like success, you know? So you know that the fans here are very dedicated and very loyal, and it's a very like nice community to be a part of for the most part, and I love it. So this is my quick little video. This isn't like I do a lot more like analytical type videos, but the season hasn't started yet, there isn't much to analyse, and I'd rather keep all that content for when the season does start. So for now, we're having like nice little hockey chats, and people always ask me, why the Leafs? Why? Why do you put yourself through that? Well, these are the reasons why. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Again, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Make sure to comment on this if you want a comprehensive Leafs history. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves the Leafs too. And I'll be back with more hockey chats from across the pond soon. Bye, guys.